What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling phenomenal today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cancer. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. There's great energy all around here, Cancer. And there's no wonder, because the moon is in Leo. And this is for those of you who have your moon in Leo, happy lunar return. But with the moon being in Leo, Cancer, this is a very cool, fun placement for the moon, because Leo energy is very, very much about play, joy, just like pleasure. So this is one where, if you have any like little ones, I always with this energy, if you have any work maybe in childcare, have kids of your own, definitely get around, to playing with them, especially, depending on where you're at. The weather's starting to get nicer here. So yeah, definitely, get out there and just let your inner child just kind of roam free there and just have some fun there, Cancer. But Leo energy as well is very creative. They deal with like hobbies, interests, fun things, romance. So this is a great time for just self-expression, Cancer, and however that looks like for you. You know what? If we are thinking about a little love there, Cancer, maybe getting yourself maybe setting up like I don't know, like, are we still doing picnics, Cancer? Why not 30? And you know what, Cancer? If not, let's bring back the picnic. But then, Cancer, you couple that with the waxing crescent here, and the waxing crescent is about setting your intentions, to build up that self-confidence, get more self-assured in what you set out for this new lunar cycle here. And Leo is a sign, that one of their things too is about confidence and having that courage, and knowing that how brilliant and how amazing you'll feel when when you really get this, whatever this thing is, how you're building yourself up, when you get this thing implemented, how successful you feel and how fulfilled you feel after that, Cancer. So work with this energy. It's definitely about, planning and getting, and just kind of going within, checking in how we're feeling about what we're setting out to do, So something to think about with that energy there, Cancer. But then last couple of things. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them. Oh, actually, I put this one in there. I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested there, Cancer. Oh, check this out, Cancer, because you got the first card of Aries here, which is the Diamond card. Look at you. Hold that up to the sunlight. But this is a card of creative force, faithfulness, value, perfection. Didn't I just call you brilliant? Brilliance, commitment, light, purity, and if I didn't, you're brilliant. Esteem, unconquerable force, multidimensional, multifaceted, and invincible spiritual power. And this is a dope card, Cancer, because this is one talking about that creative force. Cancer, we are a very creative sign, because when you think about how we feel, to be able to translate that out into, because maybe if we're able to take those feelings, it's one thing to be able to communicate this stuff, but if you can find a way to express your feelings through song, through art, and listen, this doesn't even have to be just like your standard, like painting and things along those lines. You can channel this creativity into maybe even onto like the internet, where I'm at on the internet. But I'm open, we can do graphic design, we can build apps, we can make games. I mean, you can have all types of fun with the internet, Cancer. But, I really feel like that what better way to show how you shine bright like a diamond there, Cancer, than to let those aspects of yourself shine and allow yourself to make more moments for your hobbies, your interests, and just, things of things that just bring a little more brilliance and make it really kind of show that, because you really are, Cancer, just multifaceted. So just something to think about. I mean, you wanted a confidence booster, you got it here, Cancer. I'm with it. Let's get some, and you know what, Cancer, because that could be something too, maybe, when we're thinking, just even think about with that creative force, because maybe some of us might think that we want to draw, we want to do all these things, but we think like we might compare ourselves, or it's like, it would take me 10 years to get to the level that this person is doing. But it's just like, well, Cancer, we don't know, just because they're doing their music on this end, or this music as an example, they might be doing their music here, but I would say don't let that stop you from practicing, from enjoying your craft, because who knows, you may find, and you will find a different way to express that they can't. They just literally can't. We can imitate all day, but when you think about that, that spiritual power that you have, that's all from within, Cancer. That light that you have, and that can't be replicated. That's all you all day. So something to think about with that, Cancer. I hope that got a little self-esteem booster. But let's get some tarot on this. See how we can work with these energies. Interesting. Because you got the Seven of Swords in reverse here, and then we have the Knight of Swords upright. And Cancer, I almost feel like that with some of you, just how I was talking about with that, like if we've been doubting ourselves, like if we're not going to be good enough at this thing or something along those lines. We got to be mindful of what we tell ourselves. You got these swords here cooking up. And with the Seven of Swords, this can be a card of lying, cheating, stealing, but in deception. But I feel like it's more so that it's us tricking ourselves into thinking that we can't. It's that comparison to others. Because it's like, it's not, when we're thinking about being creative, Cancer, and shining that light and letting that brilliance come through, it's not about being the best at it. It's that, does this thing fulfill you? And then here's the thing, the more fulfillment, and when you're doing that thing for you and just expressing that stuff, people will come to appreciate that. Even if they don't appreciate the art, they may appreciate your tenacity, appreciate your passion, for achieving your dreams. And then who knows, maybe that it gets them inspired to pursue their stuff here. So I just feel like with the Seven of Swords, just be mindful of what we're telling ourselves. And you know what, Cancer, here's the thing, the nice thing with observing that person that you may be, these people that we might be comparing ourselves to, Cancer, you can use them as a benchmark, because that was always my favorite thing to do, even as music. Like, speaking of music, I used to I've got a musical background, played sax back in the day, and where my reading skills were just on point. When it would come to improv and things, that's where I felt a little more uncomfortable. And I would watch the others, saxophonists, get into how they feel that energy out. Because on the flip side, usually it's like they couldn't read the music. So it was like we were both admired each other for different things, Cancer. So you never know how that might even translate out there. And even thinking about the Knight of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. First two things of Aquarius, last of Capricorns. But I bring up that Aquarius part. It's about networking. Maybe hit up this person. Maybe it's like, what are some tips, that you've to maybe help move this process along? What skills can I learn? Maybe what sources did you use? Learn from this person. Observe this, and then get innovative, Cancer, and don't be afraid to put in the work because listen, diamonds don't just happen overnight. It takes, they start as cold, and you got to put in that pressure, put in that work. But when you do, look at how bright you're shining. Look at how fantastic you are. So just something to be thinking about. And then, Cancer, I feel that if we're not sure where, where our creativity shines, because the thing with the Knight of Swords too, And just thinking with the Seven of Swords being in reverse, maybe we're at this place where it's just like we want to do all the things, but it's like which one do we start with? It's just like just pick one, Cancer. Explore all of them. Dabble a little bit. You know, like let's maybe try painting one day. Maybe let's try singing, and let's see how you feel about that. Let's try maybe dancing. Maybe you're doing like maybe we're even like painting. Maybe if we don't like you can get really into it, Cancer, because it's like maybe we don't like painting. You know, just like traditional art. Maybe we're painting houses. That's another expression of art. So it really is just how does that translate to you, and then let that shine and commit to that, because that is beautiful there. But what? Okay, that's I think I'm sitting there like I think I got everything I need out of that. But yeah, okay, let's move on to some challenges there, Cancer. All right. Oh. Oh. Okay, hold up. Oh, Cancer, I'm making a mess. Still making a mess. Oh, but we're keeping that mess. Okay, dope. All right, Cancer. All right, so we got Two of Wands, King of Cups. Okay, so we got Two of Wands up right here, and then we have the Knight of Cups, and then the Knight of Cups, and then the Five of Cups in reverse here. And so, Cancer, I feel like the challenge is making that decision. It's taking, because this energy here, talk about Aries energy. This is Aries is probably hottest minor arcana card. This is Mars in Aries, the Two of Wands. And if there's something that you find yourself passionate about, Cancer, follow your heart, because the Knight of Cups, he is all about following things that he loves. And with the Five of Cups being in reverse, I feel like be proud of this thing, Cancer. You know, appreciate the experience, you know, because there are going to be times, especially when if we're learning something new, or even if we're refining things, you know, whatever this artistic skill, this creative force that we might be harnessing, there are going to be times when like, man, when we were bringing it, we really brought it. And there are going to be times it's like, who made this? Like what even happened? And sometimes we can let that be where we get disappointed in ourselves. We start doubting our skills, you know, that gets to this place. So, you know, it gets us into it deters us, you know, and then we start doubting our intuition and trust, you know, start doubting our instincts. So, you know, I feel like a challenge, Cancer, is to not think so hard about it. How we started off with swords here, and now your cups are in reverse. Let's incorporate those emotions that we have, Cancer. Really immerse yourself in that, and allow yourself to let that expression to come through. But I will say one thing, Cancer, when we do get in that creative space, and listen, this is not to I will say just be mindful of what we're telling ourselves, and pay attention to the art that you're creating, because there may be some healing in that, Cancer. That might be a challenge too, because sometimes when we're just thinking, for example, when you think about like musicians, you know, like singers, they're expressing from their heart, you know, they're going through about their experiences. And, you know, life is not always, you know, sunshine and rainbows. There are Five of Cups, there's Seven of Swords, deception, there's disappointments, there's, you know, like maybe loss of love, you know, and pay attention to that, Cancer, because I remember when there was a period of time when I had wrote some songs, and I had planned on releasing them at some point. This was years ago, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because when I went to listen back to them, there was like, talk about a cry for help. I mean, there was just a lot of stuff in there that, like, things to unpack that I hadn't realized at that time, you know, that, and that's, and not to say that you're doing that, Cancer, but it's just something to say that, or that you can't release that kind of stuff, Cancer. It's just that, just pay attention to that. If there's something, because that to me, like, expression of art is almost like a form of journaling. You know, it's that internal, it's that inside. You know, it's manifestation at its finest, and it's like a reflection of where your internal states are at. And if we're just noticing that the art or things are in kind of a weird space, there might be some additional healing to do with that, Cancer. And when we do that work, work and discover this stuff about ourselves, again, that's going to help you shine bright like a diamond. So just a random thing that just kind of popped into my head. I didn't really want to, get into it, but higher self's like, that's a solid example. But see what else we got here, Cancer. Oh, okay. So we got the Tower here. But you know what, Cancer? I almost feel like that this tower doesn't give me like traditional towers. This tower almost gives me like an epiphany, almost like a creative, it gives me almost like a thunderbolt or something along those lines. Like this gives me more like Mars energy in the type of like fuel, like, hey, there are some, because we really are in a place, Cancer, where creativity and creating beauty in this world, I feel like is going to be a big thing going forward, making sure that we're manifesting and putting some stuff out there, whatever that looks like. So I almost feel like that this is like I almost feel like if you were to tap into this creative force, Cancer, and really start nurturing these things, this could even start could spark a tower moment in you to realize where, there are some areas in here that need some work or could use some, where there's some old ways that are no longer serving us a purpose. And then in turn, when you're focusing on yourself, that can inspire others as well. That's what, right. I was like trying to figure out, like, this is a lot with this tower here. And I mean, talking about how because I mean, Mars is one of Aries' rulers as well, Cancer. So I really feel that there's an emphasis. Explore that side of yourself, Cancer. See what that means, like how creativity translates on you. And I feel that this could be, it's like this tower moment it's not even like, and again, it's not like a traditional, I'm not getting like a traditional type of tower moment. It's almost like the work that you're going to put into to become the pressure. That's the pressure part of it, to become the diamond, the refining these skills, the learning the stuff, the moments when we're proud of ourselves, when we're disappointed in ourselves, when we get that writer's block or that creative block. That's what this tower moment is I feel like is cooking up. But I feel like it's all tower moments do is make us diamonds, Cancer. And you know what? It helps us too to find creative moments when a tower moment when they do come around. It helps us to really tap into that as well, as far as like how to be adaptable during these times, to realize that we can create during even uncertain times, you know what I mean, Cancer? And I feel like make that a thing too, Cancer. Even when we're not feeling like it, if you even just carve out like 5 minutes, just to like even let that be your motivation. It's just like, I'm unmotivated today. How does that translate out in art? That's good. It's just something to think about, Cancer. Dope. All right, Cancer, let's get some advice from the sun. Nice. So we have the Three of Cups in reverse here, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune upright. Okay, Cancer. And then let's, hold up, Cancer. That's all we got there. Let's switch back over. Because, Cancer, I feel like some advice. When we're doing these creative things for ourselves and really start dabbling in that space, it really does. I feel like it changes the direction of our how do I want to put this, Cancer? It almost like unlocks like different opportunities for our journey that weren't there before when we tap into that creative side of ourselves. Really listen to that intuition, because this is Mercury in Cancer, and Mercury in Cancer, just as a placement, is a super, talk about a good combination of like head and heart. That's a phenomenal combination. And I feel that if we were to really tune into that intuition, Cancer, find that balance of head and heart. If we've been feeling, because maybe this tower moment was, maybe we've been or not, I don't even want to put it like that, Cancer. I really feel like that if we were to tap into this intuition, like this is, it's almost going to feel, I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, it's going to produce this level of abundance that I feel like maybe you didn't even expect, you know, that is going to, because the Three of Cups can even be like a card of abundance and a card of celebration and things. And maybe at first we may not see, just thinking with that, with the Three of Cups in reverse, maybe we don't see how this can elevate us at first, but Cancer, just entertain that, you know, that creative side of you. Give it a cycle, you know, just see how that practice elevates you. And then I really feel like we'll be shining bright like diamonds in no time. I might not even be able to look outside. Might have to purchase some shades to look at you, Cancer. So this is really dope, and I like that. So I hope that this is something that you think about. I'd love to see what you start cooking up there, Cancer. So I think I'm gonna leave that there. Yeah, that was dope, Cancer. So give that a thumbs up. You know, you're thinking about getting creative there, because we really are. I mean, just a very creative sign when you learn to really learn how to channel those emotions into those constructive outlets there, and share this. You know, maybe because you know what. Because maybe some of us did just go through a tower moment, maybe not too long ago, and sometimes, you know, a tower, a great way to heal through a tower moment is expressing that. How do we feel about that stuff? Being present in that situation, and then that helps us to, you know, figure out how do we proceed next on this cycle here. But you know, and then when you're done, you know, having this discussion, because we just talked about it. Let's subscribe, hit that bell button. We'll get notified now of these videos each week or each day, and then something to meditate on, maybe, Cancer. I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer, and I created a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post like positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines to, you know, talk about your creative endeavors, you know, and how that's helped raise your vibration, how that's helped you navigate through tower moments, and what new skills that you learned along the way, Cancer. And as the group grows, definitely want to do some meditations, maybe I have to think about doing something with like a creative spell, maybe tapping into creativity with like with Knight of Cups, maybe. That might be kind of fun there. But we'll see, Cancer. But all that information in the description box. And then lastly, check your chart, Cancer. I got some apps down there if you want to check out some apps I like using if you want to check that out. But check your sun, your moon, your rising. I mean, just check your chart, Cancer. Check your Mars. And then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do videos weekly there. It's a good old time. Your yearly return's coming up here soon, Cancer. I know we just got in the Gemini season. I'm already thinking about Cancerian season. I'm excited. But all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. Interesting. And so you got the Nine of Wands here, or excuse me, Nine of Swords here, Cancer. And then while I'm getting your Oracle card, Nine of Swords can be a really tough card, Cancer. This is Mars and Gemini. And if we've been maybe at conflict with I almost feel like for some of us, if we've been kind of stuck in this cycle of where things have been seeming kind of, how do I want to put this? If things have been feeling kind of like a nightmare, Cancer, if you've been, you know what? First, this is the first, Cancer. I think I'm gonna get a clarifier on this Nine of Swords. So not really. That's interesting. Hold on one sec, Cancer. Okay. All right, so the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. Okay, I'm with it. So if we had something, Cancer, that's been holding your creativity back, if this is like maybe a fear of like what maybe others might think about this thing, or maybe, I mean, maybe this could be something too where Yeah, I just feel like, if something has been holding us back, whether this has been some kind of doubt, or maybe this has been something that someone has told us, or that maybe the idea of like painting, like you're not a good artist, or, like something that really might have like scarred us, or that really kind of left some sort of like impact on you. Cancer, I kind of feel with this Four of Pentacles too, it's like, what better way to prove them wrong than to tap into that reserve, to let that, because you see how he's got this little, I don't know if you can tell, there's this little light here. It's like, let that light shine, Cancer. Shine bright like a diamond. Prove these fears wrong. Because when I think about the Knight of Swords, because Knight of Swords can also be where it's a card of cruelty, and it's like cruelty, it could be from others, but it could be something that we're cruel with ourselves. And when I think about the Nine of Swords, it's like you gotta, every time you, let me actually shuffle for your oracle cards, that every time we tell ourselves a negative thing, or that someone has told us something negative, we match it with the positive. Try to balance that energies out, because most of that stuff, it is in our heads, that those doubts and things, that like low self-esteem. But okay, I dig it. You have an incredible ability, Cancer, and it's meant, we are creative beings, and it's, it's meant to shine, Cancer, because it does bring harmony into the world. But you got the Yarrow card in reverse here, which is a harmony card, and who's this ruled by? Venus. In Venus, talk about creativity and art and beauty. Cancer, that's what this world needs more, and that might help you too, to assuage this Nine of Swords energy if we've been feeling in this place of doubt. Create some art, channel these feelings, these doubts. How does that look like in your medium of choice? And then bring that harmony, allow that healing. Let your creative force be your healing force as well, Cancer. And then it can, and too, Venus is in our sign right now. So really, Cancer, express yourself to the max, because that is going to, what better way? That's a great way to bring ourselves back in balance. So yeah, interesting little ending there, though. They threw a little curveball there at the end, Cancer. I dig it. Keep me adaptable there. I like that. But hopefully, I hope that made sense in there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cancer. So you stay safe out there, with your creativity, and Cancer, know that you can cook up. You can. Don't let yourself or what others may tell you to keep these abilities, that may keep those abilities locked up, Cancer. Share that with the moon. Maybe create something. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? Create some art and do something underneath this lunar energy. Brilliant, Cancer. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.